present this? Oh, I was kind of hoping it wouldn't. It just like you just present it to the air. Just like, I don't know, hold it. I don't know why I gotta multiply tap it. There must have been a massive amount of blood here. I'd never seen so much before. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective? Pale blue blood. Hey, Detective Goodman was actually an alien. He's a fucking lizard. This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plan. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. So, let's look at what we got here in the floor plan. God, we have 3. Okay, so we have a couple marks here, some stuff there. Profiles, who we got, updated. Through witness to the murder. Chief of police thought he might have seen it. He's a top, though he might not have seen it, he is the top dog in the PD. Handled SL9. And a good man, victim. Meekins. Patrol and General Affairs suspected of killing Goodman in the evidence room. 22. He seems like he's 16. Let's get out of here. And talk to Marshall over here, the good man. Here's a steak lunch. That smell. Reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, I'm a star. What's this? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch? I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambina, you win. Anything. Ask anything. Smack. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Let's talk about this knife. Sheriff's back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. About the only thing they trusted was their shooting hand. This is neither Wild nor the West, sir. But that and this are 2 different things entirely. I guess so. I'm lost. Looks like we need some evidence to get anywhere with this guy. Let's talk about us all night. Sheriff's back in. Okay, don't talk about us all night. Let's talk about the guard office. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. An easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Minkins at the detention center told us. Oh, that poor little doggy. Poor guy kept getting his name wrong, calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. Note to self, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anymore. Anyhow, these newfangled machines do a bang-up job keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole, like a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It was all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. Can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what it actually happened. There's some things you're better off knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago. The day of our case. That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals, too. I know maybe, maybe two or three machines. Only 2 of them, there must be dozens. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines as well. I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are those security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of the tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a log record of every ID that goes through there. 7777777 Yeah, that's fucking believable. 8730579 440 4989596 450 5842189 514 4989596. Which one was he? Yeah, 5842 189. Okay, so he did go in there 514. That's interesting. So this is the ID card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that the record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the pressing detective supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there's a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the police station. If that's what we call transferal. I see, we do it every February. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again, never to be reinvestigated. And what happened to SL9 2 days ago? Let's present, yes. No. I was hoping you'd be, like, more open to it now. ID card. See, this is the victim's ID card. Oh, that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us the ID number on that ID card record. Look, the 4th number, it's a perfect match. Well, the fact is that if they use the card there, it's impossible that the murder occurred at 5:15 in the parking lot, because it's a 30-minute drive. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, that there's only one of them cards in the whole world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. Wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing, suddenly he pointed a knife at me. If he had his ID card, then why would he have to point the knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. Thank you. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Check. Anything else? Bruce Goodman. I want to know who went in there at 450. obviously Officer Minkins came in after that. Let me see who you are. Sheriff's back in the Wild West. Don't take place like that. Thanks, man. You hear anything about this jar? No. Oh, I didn't actually ever check this rubber glove. No, it'll probably just have something to do with it. The tag says SL911. Guess that's another piece of evidence for the case. You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing. Huh? What's so confusing about that? Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag? Is that a word? No, I don't. Exag? Zag? Fuck, I don't. Fuck you. Do you challenge me? What, are you playing a word game now? I fucking hate words that only have an X there. No. I guess there's not really much else to talk to him about. Must made the switchblade. Yeah, okay. Well, I got my thing, partner. I appreciate your time, your service. I very much appreciate it. You keep doing work, buddy. I see you around, man. Actually, wait, I should have just gone back to the evidence room. Fuck. So I can talk to what's his face, see if I can't get something. Could you take a look at this? Here's the ID record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors, so it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective? Mr. Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? What? Interesting. What would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you need to go into? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth inquiry. I'm going to go give them my report for the day. It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm on, pal, later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say as well. I want to see what this is. Interesting. I still want to know that 450. Because I have a feeling that one will be important. Let's go ahead and go grab Minkins. Actually, let's go to Criminals Affairs. Oh, he's not here. Let's go to Minkins, get his number down, and then go talk to Edgeworth. Mr. Minkins, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir. I'm really sorry. What? Minkins. You motherfucker. Just tell me your fucking name and badge number. ID number. You piece of shit. Underground parking. And let's go see Mr. Miles. What? Ah, guest, my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave, so long. Is Edgeworth here? They're standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Oh, Dieu. He has the hotel bring him tea service. Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? Precisely. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Oh yes, he brought me some information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant's opening near me. I think he was trying to console me somehow. I think that report is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Yeah, I'd imagine. Inquiry committee? So how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this as not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times, ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however. Something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigating for this case will be decided by the Chief of Police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still, I've never seen him like this. Poor guy. Let's talk about... Actually, no, let me talk about this shit first. Oh, right, I'd better check this now. As I was saying, what's this? A record of ID card usage. Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go. By Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police. He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. Chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbing, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Unrelated evidence. Screwdriver. Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. What's the case number? Tax says AI 16. What's that got to do with anything? Nothing, apparently. At least that's what Edgeworth said. That makes sense. That makes it seem all the more suspicious. Who knows? This might turn up as a clue that breaks the case. Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, I doubt it, but it's interesting to have. Oh wait, yeah. Present this. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up. Suspicion you were wrapped up in. You're the man who revived the worst memory of my life, as I recall. I'd figure I'd be telling you about that sooner or later. Bad memory. Just talking about the murder in the elevator. Not my fault. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 was a heinous serial killing case. The head of investigating was the deputy chief of the police at the time, Damon Gant. I want to call him just Grant. Fuck. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago, too. He was the best we had, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Oh, you got nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why it was deputy chief of police on the investigation. In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't? Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? You still working on that scientific investigation? Huh? Yeah, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright, I was using this. Luminol testing fluid. Well then, you might have a use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are enemies, you know. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, no need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? He'll lose it. Thank you. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. There's a lot of suspicious shit. You want to talk about this? Oh, okay, no, it's the same thing. There shouldn't be anything else. No. Thank you, Edgeworth. It seems like she's gone the hell away. Evidence room. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Why didn't I want to just use it here? Alright, let's get started. First, choose a finger. Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will leave behind the clearest print. The first one, the top, the index finger. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. It's on its side, so you don't want to pick the thumb. You pick the index finger. Okay, now it's time to check for the prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkling in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? Just touch the screen. See? Ah, looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. How do I do that? Just blow with your breath. Imagining you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. Wow, that looks fun. I might have to get used to that somehow. Though. It's fine if you won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extras. Those are the basics. I just better give it a try. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, you did it. You found one. Jesus. It's so delayed. And I also don't want to just be fucking blowing in the mic as well. That's awful. Found one. But, this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it does. And what does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left the handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints. Looking at the locker doors again carefully. It seems there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear one. Fingerprints outside the blood. Oh no, that one. Yay, a print so clear it's dazzling. Yay. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet. This is quite a process. Well, and there's no point in finding a fingerprint. And not knowing who the owner is, right? Well, I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got at Edgeworth. To point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it is? I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprint would be most likely to find on this evidence locker? I'd probably say Edgeworth, to be honest, but let's go with Damon. Oh, God. Oh, I can't zoom in or anything? Oh. Oh, wait, I can just compare. Not a match. No match. Come on, how am I supposed to guess whose they are? Isn't it obvious? The bloody handprint and the fingers are obviously different places. That means it's the print. Yeah, fuck off. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I don't fucking... Oh. I don't remember who opened this one locker. Oh, wait, no. It was, Was it? Oh, no, yeah, it was Gumshoe. I don't even think who did that. Yeah, it was Gumshoe. Match found. Hey. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. Well, I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, so you came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit something, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there is one other handprint in this room. Let's go check it out. Yeah, that's what I was more worried about, or interested in at least. This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right? Right, there's a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using it? Yeah, sure. There go her eyes sparkling again. Might as well. Okay, let's check. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area in the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find the prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Let's go with that one. Oh, other. That's a fucking handprint? Is it? I got no fucking clue. Sure.